number of residents at a third ward apartment complex are saying that they woke up to eviction notices and are crying foul. Fox 26's Tiffany Justice has been looking into why and joins us live from her home with what she found out. Hi, Tiffany. Hi, Caitlin. Right, some of the residents have lived there for the past 20 years, a historic part of the third ward. Now, they are angered over the lack of communication and notice they were given.
They gave us like 15 days to just pack up and move.
That wasn't right, though. You know, the way, he did on, the people that was living over here. And we was paying our rent.
Longtime tenants of Barbie Street apartments in the third ward now being pushed out, originally only given a 15-day notice.
In my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, I have to move, no big deal. But with the pandemic, it's a lot more difficult.
John McLennan telling Fox 26 right now he can only find part-time work and unemployment checks are helping him through because of the pandemic.
I don't know nothing but work. Like, I've never been out of work out of work. I always had a full-time job. A lot of the places I apply for, apartments I apply for, they not accepting the unemployment because, they don't know how long that's going to last and it's not, guaranteed.
I was born and raised here in Third Ward.
Cheryl Woods, also a resident of the Barbie Street apartments for 20 years, saying the place has been left to fall apart.
We paying our rent. Why didn't he, trying to fix it up?
Fox 26 reached out to the management company Eastwood Management Co. Ultimately, they said over the phone they had no comment. We also spoke to the new owner, Rocket House Buyers, who's in the process of purchasing the property. He tells Fox 26, quote, "The reality of that property is it has issues, and the only way to fix it is to have a, quote, complete renovation." He also mentions the company is working with Wheeler Avenue Baptist Church to help find new accommodations.
It's really business. I understand that it's business, but what my issue is like the way they done us. I don't want to be homeless, I'm just concerned.
Now, since the eviction notice was first given, the new owner has extended that until the 25th of this month. Reporting live, Tiffany Justice, Fox 26 News.
The average household will lose more than $80 a month in food assistance. A family of four could see cuts of more than $300. Women we spoke with in Baltimore tonight receiving those food stamps say they're scared.
I really wanted to cry when I got the letter.
Lynn Carroll is trying to figure out how she'll afford groceries next month. She received a notice in the mail last week saying her SNAP benefits will go from $283 a month to $56.
And I'm saying, what am I going to do with $56? I can't even get meats for the month.
Starting March 1st, the pandemic-era boost to SNAP benefits will end in 32 states, including in Maryland. Tonight, a group protested the cuts outside Baltimore City Hall, including Sharon Black.
People are going to be starving this coming period.
Black, an organizer with the People's Power Assembly and Unemployed Workers Union, is calling on the mayor, city council, and governor to make inflation emergency provisions to restore that extra aid.
Food prices are just too high for people to be able to afford to eat.
Everything's going up. Eggs cost like $7 for a dozen of eggs.
Maud Branch and her 3 children receive $950 a month in SNAP benefits. She doesn't know what her cuts are yet, but she says food pantries won't be enough to cover the difference.
It's no way, I don't know. I'm really scared for real because I'm about to have to get 2 jobs. Maybe my children are going to have to get jobs.
I'm just hoping that the government, the city, the state, whoever, realizes that we cannot survive off of those funds. But I say God always makes a way.
In the meantime, Carol's worried not only about filling her fridge, but also the cuts' implications on Baltimore streets.
It's going to cause people to steal more. People are going to be angry. It's going to be even more violence because people are struggling.
These cuts to food stamp benefits will impact more than 30 million people nationwide.
SNAP benefits for low-income Americans are about to be slashed. CBS 2's Dave Carlin reports local leaders and food banks are scrambling to get people help.
I just come down to get something to eat.
Wilbert Moore gets lunch every day from a soup kitchen in Manhattan's Chelsea neighborhood. He struggles to afford groceries since losing his job as a licensed hospital custodian. He relies on federal SNAP benefits, also known as food stamps. Here's what he gets every month.
They give me anywhere from 100 and something to around 200.
But that's about to shrink. Included in the monthly benefit is $95 extra, kicked in by the Fed starting April 2021 to help during the pandemic. But this past December, Congress passed a spending bill that stops the extra SNAP payments at the end of this month.
Here at Church of the Holy Apostle, the weekly numbers are at an all-time high. 700 families helped.
And Holy Apostle's Soup Kitchen is averaging 1,000 meals handed out on this sidewalk every day.
We continue to see more and more week after week.
The end of the food stamp supplement comes as inflation pushes food prices about 10% higher.
If you're only getting $200 SNAP benefits, how much can you buy? A dozen eggs was $8. A gallon of milk is $4 or $5.
To increase program benefit amount.
New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy signed legislation Wednesday to increase minimum SNAP benefits across the board from the current $50 minimum to $95. And on Friday, New York Governor Kathy Hochul announced a supplemental payment for New York SNAP recipients. At least $95, but only for February.
We'll make it work. We'll figure it out.
He says it will be difficult, but his mission to prevent hunger must not fail. In Chelsea, Dave Carlin, CBS 2 News.
In Alabama, 3 people, including 2 brothers, have been arrested and charged with murder after the deadly Sweet 16 party over the weekend. 4 people were killed and 32 injured at a dance studio. Here's Miguel Almaguer with more.
Not far from the bullet-riddled crime scene, authorities today announced the arrest of 2 teenage brothers, 17-year-old Tyrese McCullough and 16-year-old Travis McCullough, as well as a third man, 20-year-old Wilson Lamar Hill Jr. All will be charged as adults, facing 4 counts of reckless murder after gunfire tore through a Sweet 16 party in Alabama that left 32 injured.
We are absolutely still in the early stages of this investigation.
Releasing no motive for Saturday night's mass shooting inside a small dance hall in Dadeville, authorities say their investigation is complex. The 4 victims who died were all young adults, including high school senior Phil Dowdell, who lost his life in his sister's arms on the night she was celebrating her Sweet 16.
I'm glad that they got someone. And but it still don't bring my son back to me. It's just something about just feeling in my heart that justice will be served.
There's an uncut cake and unburnt 16 candles that never got lit. Lexi's brother was one of the victims.
With authorities saying more charges are likely to follow, a bond hearing for the suspects must be held by Friday. It's unclear if any have attorneys. Tonight, 2 teenage brothers and a 20-year-old arrested for murder, while families who were planning graduations now prepare for funerals. Miguel Almaguer, NBC News.
Texas Rangers are investigating the murders of 3 young girls in Cass County, and now a controversial organization is injecting itself into the situation.
NBC6's Donald Britton shares the latest.
The mother of the 3 Cass County girls who were murdered last summer now has the support of the new Black Panther Nation.
We are hurting with this mother and her family because we don't understand how 3 beautiful little black girls could be murdered in this county, and yet the lead investigative agencies did not even know it was a murder. They looked at it as an accidental drowning.
9-year-old Zieria Robinson Oliver, 8-year-old Amaya Hughes, and 5-year-old Tamari Robinson Oliver were reported missing on July 29th by their cousin, who was responsible for their care while their mother was working. The next day, their bodies were found in a pond off Texas Highway 77 outside of Atlanta, Texas. Recent autopsy reports show evidence that all 3 girls have been strangled and suffered lacerations to their faces, and their deaths are now being investigated as homicides. New Black Panther Nation is demanding the Texas Rangers get the FBI involved.
Every citizen in this county, no matter what your race is, no matter what your class or status is, should be outraged and absolutely concerned and walking around paranoid that a child killer is on the loose.
So far, no arrests have been made. If you have any information, contact the Texas Rangers. Donald Britton, NBC6 News.
First of all praises to the Father Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakadash. Shabbat Shalom to all the brothers and sisters in recognition to observing this day for worshiping the Most High. Sundown this evening to sundown tomorrow evening. Let's get some rest, worship, and praises in, my people. We definitely need to do these things to show the Most High that He is worthy in our lives and for everything that He does for us and in the protection of us, that is. And to just show Him that we love Him. You understand? Because we need the Most High. He loves us enough to protect us from the ongoing tyranny that we are going through, that our ancestors made way for us to this day to be going through. Those 4 videos prior are videos that just show the state of Israel, what we are into to this day. Okay, housing and crime, and food. You understand? We, if ever there have been any curses, you understand? Well, those particular videos show it. The book of Deuteronomy 28, the curses, that is a marker to show us who we are as a people. It explains it all, okay? But there's another book that does the same thing. That book is called Lamentations, okay? And there is a lot of lamentations that has been going on in our race of people since we fell, okay? So without further ado, let's go to the book of Lamentations, okay? The book of Lamentations describes how the Most High was grieved with us. He was hurt because of the way we transgressed against Him and His laws. And it grieved Him so much that He had to put us in the conditions that we are in to this day, facing all the stuff that we are facing. And racism is hey, we know what that is, okay? We know what that is. So we're going to start here in Lamentations chapter 2, verse 1. This goes all the way down to verse 22. Here in verse 1, how have the Lord covered the daughter of Zion with a cloud in His anger, and cast down from heaven unto the earth the beauty of Israel, and remember not His footstool in the day of His anger. The daughter of Zion, basically we got daughters of Zion, then we got the daughter of Zion. The daughters of Zion is the daughters of Zion, the women, okay? But the whole tribe of Israel is still considered the daughter, okay? That's what that is. To continue, verse 2, the Lord hath swallowed up all the habitations of Jacob, which is Israel, and have not pitied. He hath thrown down in His wrath the strongholds of the daughter of Judah. He hath brought them down to the ground. He hath polluted the kingdom and the princes thereof. He hath cut off in His fierce anger all the horn of Israel. He hath drawn back His right hand from before the enemy, and He burned against Jacob like a flaming fire, with devoureth round about. See, He hath bent His bow like an enemy. He stood with His right hand as an adversary, and slew all that were pleasant to the eye in the tabernacle of the daughter of Zion. He poured out His fury like fire. People, is this not what we are experiencing as a people now? See, it's like I said, Our ancestors put us in a very, very bad situation, and we, for the ones of us that has not repented and continuing on in the way of the ancestors, are maintaining the curses that we are on right now. This is the reason why it is so important to turn away and repent from your wicked ways. You understand? All these things that you were doing, that you know that transgresses against the Most High, hey, these are the things that's going to maintain us in the curses that we are into now. Now to continue in verse 5, the Lord was an enemy. He hath swallowed up Israel. He hath swallowed up all his places. He hath destroyed his strongholds and have increased in the daughter of Judah mourning and lamentations. Lamentations is mourning, okay? When you lament about something, you lament from emotional distress and pain. This is what lamentations is. Mourning, grieving. You understand? This is what it is. Verse 6. And he hath violently taken away his tabernacle. That tabernacle was our shield that the Most High placed over us of protection. Okay? To continue. As if it were of a garden. He hath destroyed his places of the assembly. The Lord hath caused the solemn feasts and Sabbaths to be forgotten in Zion, and have despised in the indignation of his anger the king and the priest. Verse 7. The Lord hath cast off his altar. He hath abhorred his sanctuary. He hath given up into the hand of the enemy the walls of her places. They have made a noise in the house of the Lord, as in the day of a solemn feast. The Lord hath purposed to destroy the wall of the daughter of Zion. This simply means we have no shield. As a whole, as a collective. Now, of course, for those of us that has repented and trying to be in the will of the Most High, we are shielded, but as a collective of people, no, we are not. Okay? We're not. Those videos are just a marker of what I'm talking about here. That shows you we're not. To continue, he hath stretched out a line. He hath not withdrawn his hand from destroying. Therefore he made the rampart, and the wall to lament. They languish together. Lament again means to cry out in sorrow. Her gates are sunk into the ground. He hath destroyed and broken her bars. Her king and her princes are among the Gentiles. Her king and her princes are among the Gentiles, aka Kenites, aka Esau. Okay, let's continue. The law is no more. Her prophets also find no vision from the Lord. Now, you know what? A lot of these so-called prophets, that's out here on the corner claiming to be prophets reborn, they say. They believe in reincarnation. No, they are not the prophets reborn. They are not seeing the visions, because that's how the Most High, that's what it means to be a prophet. You understand? A prophet is a seer. These people are not seeing visions from the Most High. This is how you can tell that they are not truly prophets. The original prophets are, they was and they have gone on. Okay? That's what it is. To continue, verse 10, the elders of the daughter of Zion sit up on the ground and keep silence. They have cast up dust upon their heads. They have girded themselves with sackcloth. The virgins of Jerusalem hang down their heads to the ground. Mine eyes do fail with tears. My bowels are troubled. My liver is poured upon the earth for the destruction of the daughter of my people. because the children and the sucklings swoon in the streets of the city. They say to their mothers, where is corn and wine? This is talking about SNAP, people, okay? They're talking about SNAP. To continue, when they swoon as the wounded in the streets of the city, when their soul was poured out into their mother's bosom. Verse 13, what things shall I take to witness for thee? What things shall I liken to thee, O daughter of Jerusalem? What shall I equal to thee that I may comfort thee, O virgin daughter of Zion? For thy breach is great like the sea. Who can heal thee? The answer to that question is the only one that can heal us is the Most High. And when I'm done with this, I'm going to show you what I mean. To continue, thy prophet have seen vain and foolish things for thee, and they have not discovered thine iniquity, to turn away thy captivity, but have seen for thee false burdens and causes of banishment. Verse 15, all that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their heads at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? Are not our enemies being sarcastic towards us as a people? Shake their head, wag their fingers and all that kind of stuff, calling us these bywords. Y'all know what the bywords are. Let's continue. All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we look for. We have found, we have seen it. The Lord hath done that which he had devised. He hath fulfilled his word that he had commanded in the days of old. He hath thrown down and have not pitied, and he hath caused thine, enemy to rejoice over thee. He hath set up the horn of thine adversaries. We know what this means. We know who our adversaries is. See, at this point, anybody that don't believe in the Most High's word, well, I just believe that you are slated for destruction and you're not made to get it. So that's basically what it boils down to. Because it's all right here. This is our history book right here. This tells us where we went wrong and where we still are wrong and how we can get it right. Let's continue. Verse 18. Their heart cried unto the Lord, O wall of the daughter of Zion. Let tears run down like a river day and night. Give thyself no rest. Let not the apple of thine eye cease. Arise, cry out in the night. In the beginning of the watches, pour out thine heart like water before the face of the Lord. Lift up thy hands toward him for the life of thy young children. That faint for hunger in the top of every street. Behold, O Lord, and consider to whom thou hast done this. Shall the woman eat their fruit, and children of a span long? Question. Shall the priest and the prophet be slain in the sanctuary of the Lord? The young and the old lie on the ground in the streets. My virgins and my young men are fallen by the sword. Listen at that, people. What are we seeing? The sword is now the gun, more so than anything. Still iron, you understand? Who are actually killing the young men in the streets? We know the police is doing this, and we know there are those ones that are among us is doing the same thing to each other. Okay? To continue, thou hast slain them in the street. Thou hast slain them in the day of thine anger. Thou hast killed and not pitied. Okay? Thou hast called as in a solemn day my terrors around about, so that in the day of the Lord's anger none escape, nor remain. Those that I have swaddled and brought up have mine enemy consumed. The Most High is mad, and we see he's mad. Okay, we see he's mad. This tells us right here. This goes for all of you ancestor worshipers that think that the ancestors are worthy to be worshipped. You are continuing the lamentations of our people. Let's continue. We're going to go over here in 2 Chronicles 7:14 to tell you basically how to get it right. Okay? 2 Chronicles 7:14. Listen to what the Most High tells us. If my people which are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land. That's important right there. That's how you get out of this right here. See, now we know eventually there's going to be a healing. We know that it's going to be the Most High is going to build us back up as a people. He's going to restore us. You understand? He's going to remove these curses from us, but not before the great tribulation, Jacob's tribulation, that is. Okay? But for those of us that has repented, we want to continue to pray that when it comes time for that particular situation, hey, that don't really come near us. May the Most High continue to shield us from that. But as for all the rest of them that want to continue to do wickedness, y'all know what the wickedness is. All kinds of wickedness. Transgress the Most High, keep him angry, you're going to stay in Lamentations. And that's just what it is. I hope I said something that stimulates spiritual growth. I hope you found the lesson edifying. And people, for those of you that have not repented, I would advise you to do so at this particular time. Tomorrow's not promised. I want you guys to tell me what you think about this particular lesson right here. And people, please remember to live your life as though we are being watched, simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.